Hi there, I'm Shane Spiers and welcome to another edition of the Summit Interviews, beaming out to you from the beautiful city of Bath in the UK. My guest today is Hans Schumann. Hans, a very warm welcome. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you, Shane. Thanks for having me on the show.
Brilliant. For those of you that don't know him, Hans is an executive career and life coach with more than 23 years prior experience of working as a lawyer in private practice and financial services. A major health crisis prompted Hans to reevaluate his life, leave the golden cage of the corporate world and reconnect to his lifelong passion for personal development. He now helps executives, professionals and business owners maximise their success in life and business. Most of his clients are at a point where they are ready to up their game and create deeper fulfillment and greater success. Brilliant. Hans, the title of our interview today is How to Leverage Your Natural Flow in Your Business. We're 5 minutes for the interview. If you're ready, I'll start the clock.
Absolutely.
So let's start with it. What does it mean to leverage your natural flow?
Well, our natural flow is a state when we are most energized, most inspired, and most productive with the least amount of energy. So those are the moments when time just flies, we are absorbed in an activity, and we just get more done. If we leverage our flow, that means that we create more of those moments in our business, that we are not only more productive, but we also enjoy more what we do.
Oh, okay. And how can I find my natural flow?
Well, there are psychometric tests. For example, I use the wealth dynamic test with my clients. But you can also get to your personal flow if you answer the following three questions. First of all, which activities do you love doing most? Secondly, which activities are you particularly good at, which is not necessarily the same as the ones you love? And thirdly, which way of working is your preferred mode of working? For example, is it in teams, on your own, on detail, on big picture, those kind of modalities? And if you look at where your answers to these three questions overlap, that's probably an activity or activities that are within your natural flow.
Okay. So what should I do with business areas, business processes that are not within my natural flow?
Yeah, sure. I mean, in any business, there will be activities that are and that are not within your flow, and we can't always be in our natural flow. But what I recommend is to focus our main activities on those things that are within our flow and to look for opportunities to delegate those activities that are not within our flow to somebody else, and ideally to somebody else for whom those activities are within their natural flow. And this could be to somebody in your team, it could be to an external supplier, you outsource it, or sometimes there are automated processes that can take over some of these activities.
Okay. And what's your own story of finding your natural flow?
It's a very long story because I only found out about 5 years ago. And as you mentioned in the introduction, I became a lawyer when I was a young man because I didn't know what else to do with my life. And I learned the hard way that it wasn't really the right thing for me. That's why I fell ill quite seriously for 2 years. And when I came out of this, I never actually thought I would have a normal life again. When I came out of this, I did the kind of work I now do with my clients, establishing what I really want from my life and what is my natural flow. And I found out that my natural flow is when I have deep, meaningful one-to-one conversations with people about personal growth. And that prompted me to become a coach.
Right. Okay. And what are some of the symptoms you see when people aren't, in this natural flow? What's going on with people?
Well, it can be lack of energy. It can be resentment. It can be actually illnesses, like in my case. It can be depression, or we just don't get enough done. I think people normally know whether they're in their flow or not, because when we're in our flow, things just become easy and enjoyable.
Yeah. Okay. And where can readers find out more about this working with the natural flow?
The easiest way is to contact me, and I can signpost people to resources. My email address is info@hansschumann.com. I can refer them to the psychometric test I mentioned. I've got articles, and I'm also happy to answer any other general questions about this topic.
Brilliant, folks. For more resources, check out Hans's website as well, www.hansschumann.com. Hans, still got a bit more time to go. Can you tell us a little bit more about the work that you do in this area?
Yeah, absolutely. The people who come to me are quite successful in what they do, but at this point in their life where they're ready for a transition. For some of them, it is about career change, a career promotion, more life balance, or just feeling more happy and satisfied with their life. And what I particularly focus on is the inner world, because we can chase the dream job, we can chase that house, the partner and everything. But studies have shown that all of these things only determine 10% of our happiness, because our emotional well-being is not really a response to the things in our life. It's a response to the stories we create about the things in our life. And if my clients are happy to go to that deep level, that's when the real magic happens.
Wow. Okay. Fascinating stuff. Again, folks, that website again, www.hansschumann.com. Thank you, Hans. Fascinating.